Hello, Real Nerds listeners. Brad here with my friend
Eileen, and I'm the writer and director on a film called Trauma. It's a local independent feature-length film. It's about a girl named Allison who wakes up with a day she can't remember and a head injury, and she starts to think people might be lying to her about how she sustained that injury. And I'm not making it alone. You're going to be the director of photography and one of the producers on the film.
That's right. It's my job to make it look good. So how can people help us make this movie?
Well, movies are expensive to make, and while this is a low-budget film, we do need some funds. So we are trying to raise them online through the crowdsourcing website, Indiegogo.com. We have a campaign set up. It's at Indiegogo.com/trauma-the-film.
That's right, Indiegogo.com/trauma-the-film.com. So Eileen, what incentives do people have to donate to our small feature?
Well, we have a series of perks set up. The first one starts at $5. Anyone who donates to the film, any amount over $5 is going to be listed on our website as a supporter, and they go up from there. We have t-shirts, we have posters, we have DVD copies of the final film. We're offering tickets to the premiere, and they're cumulative perks. So, if you donate for the t-shirt level, you get everything, from that level down. So we have a lot of cool things. And
the more you donate, the better the stuff you get in return.
Even if you can't contribute financially, we need people just to help us spread the word. We're on Facebook. It's at facebook.com/trauma-the-feature, all one word.
That's right. Tell your friends, tell your family. Spread the link across the internet and help us make this movie happen.
We have a great cast and crew of independent artists that are coming together to make this film. It's a great little story, and I think that you'll really like it.
But this offer isn't extended forever.
That's right. The campaign ends October 6th. And if we don't raise enough money by October 6th, we're not going to be able to make the film.
And that'll be disappointing. So don't let that happen. Log on to Indiegogo.com/trauma-the-film and donate today.
And check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/trauma-the-feature.
Does this sound familiar? You're interested in purchasing that new action figure, but aren't sure if it's worth it?
Well, come check out PlasticExplosion.com, where you can go to find all the latest and greatest action figure previews and reviews.
Every week they'll be bringing you reviews and picks from your favorite collections, such as
DC Universe, Masters of the Universe Classics, Marvel Universe,
Star Wars, Transformers,
and many more.
Come check us out at PlasticExplosion.com. That's PlasticExplosion.com.
Oh no, some scary clown squirted water all over my comics.
Never fear, son! In Colorado, there is one place to go for all your comic needs. Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics.
Oh boy, thanks Coins, Cards, Comics, man. Oh no, there's a lady hanging off that building. Can you save her?
I can't save her, but you can also save 20% by getting a hold slot at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics.
Oh no, she's falling.
Did you know prices are also falling on back issues at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics?
Thanks for saving me, Coins, Cards, Comics guy. Now I can buy my son the card games he wants and the sports memorabilia my husband wants.
That's correct, ma'am. Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics knocks it out of the park. So visit 6700 Wadsworth Boulevard in Arvada, Colorado. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And tell them the Real Nerd sent you.
For barbecue that can't be beat, try Birdman Barbecue Sauce. Available and original and spicy. These robust, full-flavor sauces have the awesome power to kick your taste buds in their face. And for that smoking taste on everything you eat, try new Birdman Smoke and Rub. Caution! Meat left unrubbed may suffer from flavor performance anxiety. You can pick up Birdman Barbecue at local area Ace Hardware stores, Ruff's Barbecue in Golden, and the Danny Cash Hot Shop off Broadway. You can also like us on Facebook at Birdman BBQ.
Hey, welcome to Real Nerds. I am Ryan. Beside me is
James.
And in front of James, kind of,
Brad.
This week, we saw the amazing movie Dredd, but not in 3D.
Oh, you didn't see it in 3D?
No. Dude, I don't...
It was hard not to. Honestly, there were a lot of theaters where, like... It was,
no, yeah.
It was in 2D in the early part of the day, and then only 3D.
I know. I called Brad when I was driving back from playing paintball. I'm like, Brad, if we need to see this movie like in an hour if you want to see it in 2D or pay the extra charge because it was 2 showings in the morning in 2D. Then there's like 3 in 3D. So they must convert the film in the one theater.
Oh yeah, it's
you know?
the same. It's the same theater, and I think it's just because this week there were a lot of movies that released.
There were not good, but
No.
Anyways, did you know that we have 2 festivals we're going to be a part of?
I did, but no one else knows.
We'll be part of the Mile High Horror Fest at the Colfax Film Center. It's going all weekend, but the real nerds, me and Brad, will be there Saturday from, is it noon to midnight?
Yeah, noon to midnight.
Noon to midnight. We'll be there, and fingers crossed, I have put out the word to do an interview with Kane Hodder, who's played Jason in 4 films, is also in the Hatchet series, and they said they can probably make it happen, so hopefully we can get him. And Corey Feldman's going to be there, too. Brad wants to ask him some TMNT questions, and hopefully we can get that in here too.
Wait, Corey Feldman was in TMNT?
He's the voice of Donatello in 1 and 3.
Oh.
So hopefully we can get him on there. That'd be awesome.
What happened to him in 2? Did he die?
Rehab.
Oh, right. That seems way more plausible. Yeah. Rehab.
Also, we kind of got invited to be a podcast at the Telluride Horror Fest.
Yeah.
October 12th, 13th, and 14th. So we will be up there.
Down there?
Yeah, I guess it's western slope.
Southwest
slope.
We drive
area.
south from there.
So it should be fun. And the people who are setting it up did the Denver Comic-Con, and they sent us a really nice email saying how good we were at the Comic-Con. So we will be there interviewing directors, and they're going to set us a schedule. So I guess we have to interview directors at a specific time, or I don't know. In the next couple of days, we'll be getting some information about it.
We'll wing it. There will be much winging.
Always some winging. So yeah, that's some exciting news for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we'll be at some fest. So you should come and see us.
Well, and we're also going to be at Mile High Con, too.
Oh, Mile High Con, the week after that.
3 things.
Yeah, we have 3 things.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should come see us.
Come check out our How to Podcast panel.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if that's
podcast
official, we can
panel.
talk about the fact we're going to have our own panel where we will talk about the thing we do.
Hopefully. We'll see. She wants us to do it. She also sent us an email today about home brewing, but
being part of the home brewing crowd.
Do we do that?
We don't do
brew
that.
anything.
I mean,
I could start doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we could
learn about
moderate it.
Yeah.
As long as they're like James Marsters and they do all the work.
Yeah, absolutely.
We brew movie information.
We do.
I could moderate it in that I could ask questions because I don't know the answers to them. Like, what is home brewing? How do you homebrew?
My
Why?
brother does.
Oh, there you go.
When he was here, he gave us some of his pumpkin beer or whatever other beer he made. It tastes like
you
beer.
could get up there and you could say, "Hi guys, are you my brother?"
Yes.
That'd be a good question.
Here is my brother. So yeah, look for us at a lot of upcoming cons. Who knew October was a big month for
Seriously.
cons in Denver?
A month from now, I'm gonna hate you guys. I'm
Probably.
gonna be so tired of you people.
Well, you're only doing one con with us.
No, 2. I'm gonna tell you right in Mile High.
You're
I'm
going
just skipping.
You going Mile High?
Not Mile High Horror, but the second Mile High.
Yeah, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
Anyways, dive into the mailbag, boys.
Feed meal.
Did you know you can email us, realnerds@gmail.com? You can also tweet us, real_nerds. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll get to that in a second.
Ooh.
But first, we got a tweet from Jesse from Plastic Explosion. And this is probably my favorite tweet from the week because he says, Ryan is correct. The term chase is a toy produced in small quantities, and collectors are expected to chase it down at the stores. So that's what I thought it was, but I'm glad that I have an expert kind of reiterate what I already knew. But also, I have to go to Walmart because they have a special edition, only at Walmart, Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales action figure.
Ooh.
So I'll have to go get that.
Is it the first Miles Morales action figure?
It is. It's the only one I know of.
Neat.
So thanks, Jesse, for keeping that little tidbit available for me. We also got an email this week from Dan from Ohio.
Hey.
Greetings. I recently saw Resident Evil Retribution and fully agree with your criticisms. Though I enjoy the series, I do too.
I do too.
I almost gave up on it after Resident Evil 3. But Afterlife proved to be a fun action film, sort of a guilty pleasure, and I was hopeful of where the series would go. So when I heard about Retribution, I made sure to go see it in 3D and couldn't have been more appalled by the atrocity before me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of recent action films have been criticized as being nothing more than first-person shooter video games. And no film deserves that criticism more than this one, Resident Evil Retribution.
Except for maybe Doom.
Yeah, but that one was supposed to be
It was
gratuitous.
quite literally, yeah. That
Carl
was a
Urban,
movie.
we'll hear more of him later today.
Yeah.
Sheds any pretense at being a film. To that point, the reveal of the main characters as clones did nothing to enhance the story. In fact, it devolved and it further into video game logic. There's almost no attempt at a story, and the action it wasn't engaging. Oh, yeah, totally agree. As for your question regarding the acting skills, or lack thereof, of Bing Bing Lee and Sienna, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name.
Gilroy.
I thought so too. Guillory. To me, Gilroy is by far the worst actor in the film, bar none.
She's the one who plays
Jill Valentine.
Oh
yeah, she has some
man,
horrible
that's so
scenes.
stilted.
While none of the acting in the film is particularly good, Sienna was cringeworthy and borderline unwatchable.
Yeah.
And this is a rather odd twist of fate, as Resident Evil Apocalypse is my favorite film of the series. And part of the reason I liked it so much was because Gilroy's performance as Jill Valentine in that film. It's been a long time since I walked out on a film, but Resident Evil Retribution really tempted me. Regards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's the thing. I know that these movies have evolved into this awful piece of shit, just garbage, but I love them for that. Or not for that. I love them in spite of it. They're so dumb that I enjoy
they're
watching
fun.
them. Yeah.
You know, I've been reading a lot of reviews online, and a lot of critics think this is one of the better ones of the series.
What?
So
Oh.
I think its tomato meter is 27%, and it's 10% higher than Afterlife.
I think it's one of the ones that accepts what it is more. You know?
Yeah,
Like
except
it accepts
the
idea
whole
that it's
motivation
just-
for Wesker's character in the last one is just pissed away in this one in the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Well, the motivation of everyone is lost. I don't even know who Alice is. It's not a character. So.
We got a scary voicemail this week.
Uh-oh.
Brad, play that voicemail.
Hello, real nerds. This is Bane. I was just calling to congratulate Bradley Haig for seeing the movie 8 times. Little does Bradley know that a portion of those profits go to my organization. So in a way, Bradley is funding terrorism. Good job, Bradley. Keep it up. Once the profits have exceeded that of the Avengers, you have my permission to die.
Did that voicemail not entertain you? Take it. It's yours.
Oh, man.
Bane called us, so
that's pretty badass.
Be sure to stay on the lookout for Bane. Did they ever? They've never revealed Bane's real name, have they? In the comic books.
They might have. I'd have to go back to maybe pre-Nightfall, because he's in a few of the books leading up to that arc. So
Alabaster Bainsworth.
Alabaster Bainsworth.
Let's call him that for now.
And he says, "No longer will I be shackled by my old English name. You can call me Bane." That even kind of rhymed. Gosh, I'm such a genius.
Yeah, you are.
Awesome. So that was, thank you, everybody who emailed us and tweeted us. Ryan Callie kind of tweeted us and said he got out of contact with us. Hey, it's all right, buddy. You can always tweet us whenever you want. We'll never forget you. Box office numbers.
This is the box office stats.
Resident Evil Retribution. $21 million, number one movie.
Is that good? How much did the last one's
it's
movie
down
do?
10% from the last one, and they're saying it might top off in America at 40 million or so.
Does that mean it breaks the streak?
But no, it doesn't. Well, in America, yeah, but worldwide it's going to gross more. It did $75 million last week worldwide, and only opened in 10 territories or something like that.
Wow.
So they don't give a shit. Sweet, this movie cost $70 million. We'll make $300 million worldwide. Guess what? We'll make another one.
Yeah.
They should call it Retrobitchin'. It's like an 80s sports movie at that point.
Hey, Brad, where do we get all our numbers from?
We get them from Box Office Mojo. Thank you, Box Office Mojo.
Thanks, Box Office Mojo.
Box Office Mojo. I was the only one who didn't say it.
I know, and we were really disappointed that you didn't. So we can go to Digital Bits now.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
There's a couple cool things coming. Actually, a lot of cool things coming out this week.
Ooh.
The Avengers comes out in 4 kind of different releases. They have a 4-disc Blu-ray, a 2-disc Blu-ray, a 2-disc DVD, and a 1-disc DVD. Not surprisingly, go Avengers.
Yeah.
Awesome movie. The Dark Knight Returns Part 1, which is a DC animation movie, Nation animation movie, which is, a lot of people think The Dark Knight Returns is the greatest Batman story of all time. So it's been broken up into 2 animated feature films, so it gets its proper breathing room. And I'm kind of interested to see Michael Emerson as the Joker in the next part.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he plays it, because he's really creepy.
Yeah.
Of course, as Ben Linus in Lost.
But he's a different kind of creepy. But it also makes sense because that Joker is an older Joker.
Yeah.
He's not quite as... he doesn't read as spastic.
I'm going to wait for the double Blu-ray release that has both the movies as one movie.
And lots of cool special features.
That totally makes more sense. Yeah.
But
hey, if you're a big fan of Batman and you really want it, check it out.
Yeah.
Also, Bond 50, which I believe is all the Bond films on Blu-ray and a really cool book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that should be badass.
If you have a lot of money.
It looks really cool, yeah.
Well, how much is the set? I don't even know. Probably $500.
Something like that. $400-$500. Yeah.
I can't scroll up fast enough to give you a real
Also,
answer.
American Horror Story Season 1, which you watched. Did you watch the whole season?
I didn't finish the whole season.
I'm actually interested in seeing it. I'm kind of waiting till it's streaming to check it out.
Yeah, I think it's something that if you watched it from the beginning to the end, you would enjoy it more. I sort of got wore out on it. But the new season, the trailers for the new season look really cool. I might jump back in because each season is supposed to be a different story.
Yeah,
which is kind of what's exciting about it because it means that there is a real ending. It's part of what entices me back to watch that.
Yeah, it got an Emmy nomination for a miniseries.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They treat it as a miniseries, and the new season has its own subtitle, so it's not just like the continuation of the series. It's like a different series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably good too if you're a writer on the show. That means you can always have an ending, and
yeah, exactly.
People will keep on watching. It's kind of smart.
As soon as you get done with it's kind of like a season long Twilight Zone, and they are really good at creating creepy stuff. It's just that when you're watching it one episode a week for 6 weeks, at a certain point you're like, okay, I get it. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
We need to move along.
Also, Resident Evil Damnation comes out, which is the second CGI movie that Capcom has made. And the first one actually isn't that bad. I own it. And as a Resident Evil fan, it's kind of cool seeing Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield kind of fight. And there's actually some really cool sequences, like when a plane crashes into the airport and the zombies pour out of it. It's kind of cool. So I'll check that out when it's on sale for $5. Family Guy Volume 10 comes out. I've already ordered it, so I'll be watching that this week. And Portlandia Season 2, which is the most bizarre show. Laura, my wife, loves watching it, and sometimes I don't get it at all, and I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but it makes me laugh. So
I keep meaning to check it out. I still never have because people have recommended it to me.
It's fun.
It's really bizarre, but it's funny. I don't think you can describe it to people because it's zany.
It feels like it's not quite Mr. Show to me, but it's in the same vein of just like these kind of,
because there's really no continuity to it.
It's sketch comedy, but it's also like it's not. There's no like stage setups. It's all very. They're all like pre-recorded skits.
Yeah.
So, but they like kind of have this overall theme
arc
going
to
on.
it. It's really, like I said, I can't describe it to people. You have to really sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
But it's also, I guess, it's trying to explain Mr. Show as a sketch comedy, how all the sketches kind of blend together.
Yeah. They all feed into one another, and then at the end, they all kind of
wrap up.
Circulate. Whereas like on SNL, it's just like, here's this random skit, and here's this random skit. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, you should check it out if you're interested. I think it's on Netflix right now.
You missed two.
I did miss. What two did I miss?
Well, you missed Clown, Brad's favorite movie of the year, which he loved.
Yeah, I didn't put that on there because I don't think anyone else is going to want to watch that. Especially after my glowing recommendation of Father's Day that turned out to be a bust for everyone else. So.
Yeah. And you also missed Pork Chop 2, Rise of the Rhine.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
Apparently there was a Pork Chop 1 where basically it's Leatherface with a pig.
Pig face.
Yeah, it's like pig face. Like he's got a pig.
People up.
Yeah, and he probably kills people like pigs. And this is the Rise of the Rind.
Nice.
Like pork rinds.
So it's all
he's just killing
crispy.
He's just killing fat dudes who are watching football.
Nice. Hey, that might be me.
Whoa.
Anyways, thanks Digital Bits.
Thanks.
You can check out all the release art information and see the cover art for Pork Chop 2 Rise of the Rhines or whatever you told me the name of that. Oh, you didn't put Van Dyke and Company.
Dick Van Dyke and Company, the entire series.
Oh.
You missed that?
Which is, I was reading about. It's a variety show, but there's lots of famous people on it. So
Well, because I didn't think anyone cared about it, but yeah,
I
great.
care about
you
it.
guys really love Dick Van Dyke, so
I do love
it should
Dick
get
Van Dyke.
mentioned.
He's amazing.
And you love Dick.
I do love Dick. Wait, what? Hey, let's unspool some real news.
It's real news.
James, what do you have for real news? It was kind of slow this week, so I was hoping you found some sort of nuggets around here.
Yeah, the Hobbit trailer came out, and it was good.
It was all right. I was telling Brad, I don't get excited for it when I see it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one that got me. That
Really?
that little scene between
What part got
him
you
and-
excited?
As if the first one didn't get you.
Well, the first one but like even I said on Facebook this week when I linked the new trailer, I was like any unspoken doubts are gone with this trailer because that little scene between Bilbo and Gollum where Gollum is talking to him and he's like, well, what do I get if you lose? And then he turns into Gollum and Gollum's like, if he loses, we'll just eat him. And then he looks back at Bilbo and goes, okay, so if it loses, then we eats it whole. And just the way that he delivers that line, I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
But you told me last week that Gollum better not be in the first one because he's like halfway through the book.
Oh, I don't know. Clearly, he's going to be in the first one.
I'm just trying to
Maybe
go
at
on.
the end.
I don't want you to be flip-flopping here.
No. Well, I would be really surprised if he is actually in this movie.
Then why are they showing him in the trailers?
I don't know, because they want people to go see the movie.
Do you think Gollum is a selling point for The Hobbit?
I do. People off.
No. He's a big he's like Jar Jar Binks in Phantom Menace. He's the comic relief.
Wait, what?
I'm just bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is not comic relief.
But
I remember Jar Jar wanting to kill people.
But Gollum really is
Because-
a comic relief. Like people love Gollum. They
yeah,
really
but he's
do.
not comic relief.
He certainly is in the first half of Two Towers. Like he is a bad character, but if you really don't think that people are laughing real hard, especially that first scene when he's turning good as Smeagol in the Two Towers and he's having the conversation back and forth with himself, it's really comical. Like he is a funny character. Now he's also a heartbreaking bad
I don't
character.
remember
but-
laughing. I guess I haven't seen the movie in a while.
Yeah,
but-
you'll have to watch it again because the way it's
I will.
and part of it is you've probably seen it
But-
so many times that it's not as comical
Yeah,
anymore.
maybe,
But man,
but
I remember people howling during those scenes. 'cause-
I love the scene where he's arguing with himself when he
Oh,
turns
yeah.
bad at the end.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole series.
Well, yeah, when he's arguing and he turns bad at the end of the movie, yes, that one's chilling. But earlier, when he sort of dispels Gollum for a little while, that scene is just
he's nice.
yeah, the back and
Is it when he's
forth is
talking
just
in the-
really funny.
His reflection, I don't remember.
Yes, well, it's sort of like when Smeagol talks one way and Gollum talks the other, and it's the camera goes from the two angles as if it's two different characters, and it's mostly
What a great actor.
Smeagol. That's how I should say it. Smeagol is a lovable character. Gollum is not.
Okay, thank you.
Like
That's
Smeagol is comic relief, and Gollum is not.
Well, I'm glad you got excited for that trailer because when I see it, I'm like, well, I'll see it.
Well, and the thing is, it's also very different than the Lord of the Rings. This trailer has more fun and jokiness in it than we
Well,
would
I always thought
expected,
The Hobbit
which
was
is,
a lighter book than
The
The
Hobbit
Lord
is
of the
more of
Rings.
an adventure, and you're supposed to just sort of love these.
Still
characters.
boring, but you
know. And a crew member died on the Lone Ranger, and that's the whole week, which is unfortunate, but it happens.
Yep. It happens in movies every once in a while, just like any other job. I'm
Yeah.
sure someone's died at Qdoba before.
And the problem is that it just sort of puts a gloom over the whole movie. But
That does
that
suck.
movie already has
Movie-
enough going against it.
Yeah, a movie that's already had tons of problems.
Yeah,
just
like the
gets one
fact that
more.
like the fact that it has Johnny Depp playing an Indian. Yeah, that's
A Native American, James.
American Indian, Brad.
An Indian.
Yeah. That's really is the news. There was just nothing.
Did
There
the
really
RoboCop
wasn't-
suit come out this week? Or
Oh,
was
it
that
did.
last
Well,
week?
there were those. Yeah, that was this week. There were those pictures, but that's one of those things. Anytime there's set photos and you see something and it doesn't look real good. Usually, now with the movie we saw this week, it ended up not being true. But usually, by the time you see the movie, you go, "Oh, okay, it looks better here." You know,
Mhm.
like, I mean, you saw. Did you really think that RoboCop suit looked very good?
The first thing that popped in my mind is like we're trying to capitalize on the Iron Man look.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Oh.
aside from the helmet, it's like totally,
It is a little Iron Man. You're right.
yeah.
I hadn't thought of that.
Which makes me think that a bunch of executives got together and said, like, let's reboot something that'll get a bunch of classic fans out, and we'll cater to the new crowd by changing the suit to look like that
Yeah.
Iron Man guy.
These other people got this Iron Man character, so for some reason somebody likes him. I'm sure it's not because it's well written.
Robert Downey Jr., dude. Come on,
Yeah,
that's all you
no,
need to
it's
say.
not that at all.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really slow this week.
Yeah.
I swore there's a trailer I saw that I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember it. Maybe it was the Hobbit trailer, because that's the only major trailer I think that came out this week.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks, James.
No problem. Unless you guys had anything. No.
No, I really, before you got here, I was like scouring. I'm like,
Yeah.
I went to IGN, Movie Phone. I went to all these places. I couldn't find anything.
Thursday came around, or Wednesday came around, and I finally like watched something that I wanted to talk about for the week, and I had to get out because I keep a sticky note on my monitor,
Sure.
as you guys see every week, that I write stuff down and I keep the news on there, and that's how I keep track of it throughout the week. I just start one on Wednesday, and I was like,
Sure.
what is going on? This is a lame week, but it means that next week will be ridiculous for some reason.
I'm sure it will be. As it starts gearing up for Oscar season, there'll start being more news. Awesome. Hey, guys. I bet we watched stuff this week.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
So I finally got around to seeing Taken.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, this is interesting.
And I thought it was pretty cool. Like, it's not like, doesn't break any new ground, but there's parts in it that I laughed out loud when Liam Neeson's being tailed by that one guy, and he runs through red light, makes a big U-turn, then flips him off as he's going by. That's pretty classic. When he yells at his daughter's stepdad, and he's like, well, if you want to whip out dicks and this isn't time to whip out your dick and have a measuring contest.
Oh, I do remember that,
And there's just, cool parts where Liam Neeson, you just, like, this guy's kind of a badass.
Yeah, it all rests on his shoulders because like it's a decent movie and it does what it does, fairly well. But it's all about that monologue, and the monologue was also like the teaser trailer for it. But it's about that scene where he picks up the phone and is like, "Sup, I'm gonna get you." Like that monologue and the way he delivers it is so good it sells the whole movie.
Yeah, it's I want you to listen to me. I will find you.
I don't have any money,
and I will kill you.
But what I do have.
And the whole time when he gets into the whorehouse, and he says, "Remember I told you I'd find you," and then he kills all those guys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool seeing a guy without remorse. A dude he tortured, he just left him to die. It's awesome.
Yeah, it does what it wants to do well enough that it's a fun movie, and it came out like in March or April. It was sort of a breath of fresh air that year, I remember, and that's part of why it just sort of it blew up. It became a huge hit.
I know. I had to go back. It came out in 2009.
I think so.
And Maggie Grace was 17 in 2009. I thought
no.
She was, yeah, I know. I went back and looked at it because she plays being a really young girl really well. So I said, maybe she is really young because she was on Lost and everything, but she's something like 27 now or something.
Yeah.
So 24, 25 when the movie was made. But she did it really well. I says, I guess she could be young. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they
Brad, what did you think of Taken?
Nah.
You're not excited about Taken 2?
The last time I saw it was 2009, and
me
when
too.
I saw it back then, I was like, meh. And then I watched Unknown, and I was like, oh, that's the same movie.
Did watching that one make you excited for Taken 2?
Sure. I mean, I think what's cool about Liam Neeson is he's kind of broken this new ground of he's a Take No Prisoners action star in his 60s.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. It's fun seeing him play different parts. And he's always been a really good actor, so it's fun.
Yeah, and he's good at it.
Oh, yeah. I also finished watching Spartacus Vengeance.
Man, that guy gets his face chopped off.
He does. Some dude gets his face chopped off. It's awesome. There's tons of tits in it.
Yeah.
Spartacus kills the main bad guy by the dude. I love sometimes the lines that they say because it reminds me of 80s action movies.
Oh, yeah.
Where, Spartacus slashes the main villain's legs and he falls down and he says, "Finally, a place where all Romans should be to me." And because he's on his knees.
Yeah.
And then he says, Gannicus, no, it's not Gannicus, that's one of the gladiators. What's the name of the Gaius? Gaius.
Gaius, yeah.
He's the bad guy and he starts talking and Spartacus takes a sword and jams it through his mouth. Yeah. It's badass. But the big shocker is the ending, which I thought it was going so one way. And then it was really shocking what happened. So I don't know if Alithia's dead. She looks like she died. but she could come back.
But you also thought that what's her name was dead after the first season, and
Lucretia?
she popped up.
Yeah, but
again.
I think they had a little thing at the end of the first season where her hand moved.
Oh.
So I don't remember. I have to watch the first season again. I should because it's so awesome.
Did they cancel the series, so it doesn't even matter?
Oh no, they're shooting one more season and then it's over.
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How come?
Spartacus War of the Damned, because I guess that's
just where they feel like ending it.
Oh.
Yeah, they have an ending for the whole series. So.
Oh okay.
And I was really excited because the Blu-ray says exclusive to Blu-ray. Trailer for War of the Damned. So after I watched the whole, because I wanted to watch the whole season, I'm like, I'll put on the trailer then. I put it on. It's literally Spartacus riding a horse, and then he's about to engage in battle.
Yeah,
is a minute long.
Is there even some monologue where he's like,
"No,
I am going to war
nope.
of damned." No,
nope.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks beautiful. I will say the show on Blu-ray looks amazing.
No, it does.
So yeah, you should really check out Spartacus if you're really into the battles and
blood and guts
and people's intestines falling out.
And even though we just spoiled everything for you, it doesn't really matter because everybody gets killed.
Yeah,
and it's Spartacus. So at the end of the next season, guess what? They all get crucified.
Yeah, I won't tell you what happens with Lucretia. That part was pretty shocking.
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. Yeah,
she does something that's way. Well, she was always kind of a different character.
Yeah,
and I mean, her power play in Gods of the Arena was awesome. And things like that.
I still haven't seen that one. I might have to watch that one.
Yeah, she'll let you borrow. It's good. It's only 6 episodes. It's really short.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the last thing I watched was The Cabin in the Woods.
Did any of us not? Brad, did you not watch Cabin in the Woods this week? Oh, you didn't care for it as much. So it was really just Ryan and I that bought it the day it came out and then watched it immediately.
And we're me and James are like, Mia, yeah, there. But yeah, the movie's awesome. And not only is the movie great, but the special features on the Blu-ray are amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
I told you yesterday, but I don't know if Brad heard, there's a really funny part where Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard are talking about how they really want to make a movie together. So what they did is they got together and they got a hotel room. They stayed in the hotel room and they worked on a script for a whole weekend.
Yeah.
And the script they came up with was The Cabin in the Woods. And as they're writing the script, Joss Whedon, I guess, had an upstairs part of the hotel room, and Drew had one downstairs. And they got to the end, and they said, hey, the werewolf is just shot with normal bullets, so I think you should just run away because they're not silver bullets. And Drew Goddard said, yeah, that sounds good to me, too. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the idea that they were both like obsessing over the same weird nerd moment where they're like,
because
well, wait, how do we make the werewolf go away? Well, I guess we just gotta have her run away. There's nothing, we don't have another option here.
There's nothing really else you could do. I'm gonna watch again. I haven't listened to the commentary yet, and I heard the commentary
I haven't either.
Really good.
Yeah,
because if you know anything about that movie, it was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and then MGM went bankrupt, so they couldn't. It got basically held.
Well, and because MGM was trying to convert it into 3D.
And then they're going to make it 3D.
But then they didn't have the money.
And then Lionsgate picked it up and put it out. And it's a really disservice the trailers that came out for it. The trailer sold it as your run-of-the-mill teen slasher horror movie, but it's not at all. I recommend everybody, if you're a horror movie fan, to check it out. And
even if if you're somebody like me, because I'm not a horror movie fan.
You are not.
So if you're somebody like me who you're not adverse to gore and stuff, you should still check it out because it's fantastic. It's so smart and so well written, and is both. I keep comparing it to the Hot Fuzz Shaun of the Dead movies because it is both an entry into the genre while being a commentary on it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's sort of like the Shaun of the Dead of American horror films.
Yep. So you should definitely check it out. But if you get the Blu-ray, it spoils the end of the movie for you.
Why?
Did you get the cover? Where it's
yeah. The
hologram cover.
Yeah. No, I hadn't thought. You should have seen it in theaters.
You should have.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Idiots.
We told you to.
We did. If you listen to our podcast, you would know to go see it in the theaters. And that's what I saw this week. I watched a bunch of Batman the Animated Series, but we've talked about that before. Sometime this week, maybe not this week, next week, I will have a new blog of my favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes.
You haven't had a blog in a while.
Yeah, so that should be fun. So stay tuned for that. James, what did you watch this week?
I saw a bunch of stuff.
Good.
I finally got around to making my my list where I went through all of the movies that have been released this year and wrote down which ones I have seen, so that I have a count going, so that at the end of the year I can more easily start my top 20. And as I do that, I also keep a list of movies that I've missed that I might be interested in seeing, and that surprisingly is a heck of a motivator to go see movies that I missed. So I finally got a chance to go see Expendables 2, which I didn't see with you guys because I was on vacation that week. And that is a pretty badass fun movie.
It is, right?
I really did enjoy that. I didn't love as much as you guys did, like the any time that they did like a line about like, "Whoa, what's next, Rambo?" Rolled my eyes. All of Schwarzenegger's lines I just hated.
I loved
hated. Especially any of them that were about him being back or gonna be back again or how many times he's been back.
And that's why Bruce Willis's line is so great when he's just like, "You've been back enough." Start shooting guys.
Yeah.
Or dude, the Chuck Norris line.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got bit by a snake, and after 5 long days of agonizing pain, the snake died.
Yeah, there is a Chuck Norris joke in the movie.
Delivered
that was pretty
by
awesome.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was too bad that it was Delta Force Chuck Norris and not Walker Texas Ranger Chuck Norris. But still, like if Walker had showed up, if Chuck Norris had showed up and he was just like flying and kicking dudes in the face, that would have been great.
Well, he is 80, James.
I don't care. He's been working out on the Total Gym. He should be in perfect physical fitness.
Dude, he shot a dude and he set off the metal detector in an airport. That's like the coolest death in the movie.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Oh, yeah.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme was badass as
Jean-Claude Van Damme is amazing. When he does the kickboxer kick at the end, like when he and Sylvester Stallone are fighting, I don't know any of these characters' names because they are literally just the actors.
Dude, I just told you Jean-Claude Van Damme is villain.
Well, yeah.
Villain in French.
but I mean, like, Sylvester Stallone is Barney or something like that.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I have no idea what their character name is because it's just the actor. But the shot when JCVD like jumps up in the air and kicks. I'm reenacting it with my fingers. Kicks him in the face. Oh, it's so good.
See, I think his best move in that is when he does the 360 kick and jams the knife through Liam Hemsworth's chest.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was good. I forgot about
Badass.
that. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that movie again.
He is really. I would almost say he steals that movie.
He does.
Certainly all the scenes he's in.
We were talking about that because the dialogue's kind of
bad,
but when
for being a cliched villain, he actually puts a nice new spin on it.
Yeah, he kind of has this, I don't know, derangement to his delivery.
Yeah,
that's so calm and cool that makes it really good.
Yeah,
it's not over the top. A lot of times, villains in those kind of movies are, I'm going to chew up the scenery, but he's just cool and it's awesome.
I'll be really excited to see the Expendables 3: The Search for Van Damme. Like where they bring him back as a zombie, but he fights on their side.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah, that better happen. Maybe a clone. That's what they'll do. They'll clone that guy or just put like some makeup on him so he looks like a different person. And then he jumps and kicks dudes in the face. I also rented, and I don't remember how you guys feel about this, but it calls back to one of our more popular early episodes. I rented Jeff Who Lives at Home. Did you guys I kind of remember you guys being sort of mediocre on
okay.
it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing special.
I kind of loved this movie.
No.
Now, I also watched it really early in the morning, so maybe I was just tired and susceptible. But, man, but especially by the end for me was so, heartwarming.
Sure.
Like,
When
their
he
relationship
saves
as brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, their relationship as brothers and them coming together, and then, the jumping off of the bridge, which is spoilers, but the jumping off of the bridge scene, I was like, yeah, okay. I really enjoyed that.
It's not weird that all those characters are in that one spot at the same time.
No, because they explain it, because Signs is a good movie.
Signs is a horrible movie.
Shut up. No, yeah. No, it is. It's a good movie.
Dude,
I'm
going to watch that movie again, and I'm going to watch it this week and to remind you how bad that Signs
I'll watch
is.
it this week, and I will write
You know what? We'll both watch
Signs,
Signs, and we'll have a Signs debate.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
I smell a bonus episode midweek.
We'll get together on
the
Tuesday.
Signs cast.
Argue about Signs. That movie's good. I'll write you an essay about how good Signs is. And then
Probably
lastly,
more exciting than the movie.
Lastly, an actual sort of mediocre movie. I rented Mirror Mirror, which is the other
Oh
Snow
my
White
gosh.
movie.
Boo.
Wait. Here's the thing.
Oh, don't tell me there's qualities to it.
Well, there are qualities to it. One of them is that it's better than Snow White and the Huntsman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I guess that's not hard to do.
Exactly, for one thing. And if you'd looked at the trailers for those two movies, you never would have guessed that. You would have looked at Snow White and the Huntsman and be like, okay, this is going to be special and visually really cool and all of that. And then Mirror Mirror is going to be a 1992 family comedy. Well, Mirror Mirror is a 1992 family comedy. That's exactly what it's trying to be. And it's both the good things about that and the bad things about that. It's stilted and weird, and it made me laugh once or twice, but was not that enjoyable. But it does what it wants to do fairly well, and it ends with a Bollywood dance scene, and that's kind of cool. And it's like subversion of
We
the
have
original.
different ideas of what cool is.
Every now and then, a movie should end with a Bollywood dance scene. I think that's okay.
Yeah, Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
Well, it's made by Tarsum Singh, so
Yeah.
that's why.
I remember the fall ending with a Bollywood dancing.
Shit. So it's like subversion of the original story is also, I think, way better, because in this one, at the end, Snow White does sort of have to save the day, and in a way that I think is a bit more, girl powery than anything in Snow White and the Huntsman ever was. So it's not great. Julia Roberts is fun-ish, but certainly not the pile of shit that the trailer made it look like. Anyway, I personally just wanted to see it so I could compare those two bad movies.
Yeah,
I'll never see it.
Yeah. Also,
maybe my wife might make me watch it.
It was one more movie I could put on my list. I'm gonna break 100 this year.
Nice.
It's about quantity, not quality, guys. Brad, what'd you guys see?
Oh, I thought you had more. All right.
No, that was it.
I only saw one movie this week. It was Sleepwalk with Me, the Mike Birbiglia movie.
Oh, fuck you! Why didn't you call me?
Because
you fucking asshole.
Because it came into my brain at as soon as I got off work. I was like, kill some time and see this.
Bitch.
Sorry.
Okay. No,
I had no idea. You vocalized nothing about it prior to this podcast.
Go ahead and talk about it.
All I can really say about it is it's a sweet movie. It's very earnest. Obviously because it's autobiographical.
Yeah.
And that's, again, it's like, so I already know his story about sleepwalking and how he jumped out a window.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the movie is all leading up to that, explaining how that event comes to pass.
Yeah.
But along the way, all the characters are really interesting, and there's some pretty good humor. And the way he blends his stand-up act into being the story is really good. So, and
Cool.
it has a good message at the end. So
Cool. Nice.
I recommend it.
Well, I'm probably going to go see it this week. So
cool.
Yeah.
Probably won't be one of my favorite movies of the year, but it was still a good movie.
Neat.
Yeah. So that's it for me.
Some people should check out.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Especially if it's near you. It's not playing everywhere. It's one of those where you have to sort of request it.
Our debate of when movies are released kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, this one is definitely released in 2012. I think it's pretty clear. It's September.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe Fargo, North Dakota gets it, though, January.
Well, if we were doing a podcast from Fargo, then it would be different.
Most people have no idea what we're talking about, so we just should move on.
No. Well, if they've listened to any of our film explosions, then they might. And
yeah. I think the bigger arguments are on the Nebcast ones, though.
Oh, yeah.
About when qualifying movies qualify.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? Let's head to the comic store, pull out the long box, and get into the comic corner.
Ooh.
What's up, nerds? It's the Comics Corner.
That was a really good intro.
That
Thanks,
was, yeah.
appreciate that.
Good job.
Yeah, this week I'm going to kick it old school. And I've mentioned this before, but when I was at the comic store today, I was with my little niece Taylor, and she wanted to get some Spider-Man comics. The hard thing with that is my niece, she's only 10, which, I mean, she's older, but to give her a comic book that has tons of continuity is super, super hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I actually pointed her to a set of comic books that you guys might be shocked that I think is actually really good Spider-Man stories. And this is Mary Jane Loves Spider-Man.
Aw.
Not the second season, but the first season. And the reason I really like these is because I love Spider-Man, don't get me wrong, but sometimes when you strip him away of the clones, the death of Gwen Stacy, Venom,
All the canon,
and you just focus on Spider-Man as being a fun superhero, then sometimes that's the best writing for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the writer, his name's Scott McKeever, and he writes this cute little story about how Mary Jane is crushing on Spider-Man, and Peter Parker is crushing on Mary Jane, but Mary Jane wants to go on a date with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man can't reveal that he's Peter Parker. So the first 10 issues are really cute, and how they kind of go back and forth about it. And the comics are definitely written for girls, but I really enjoyed them, and it's a really cute story. There's some great moments where Spider-Man takes Mary Jane on a date, and then Mary Jane realizes that she likes Peter Parker, and and she's telling Spider-Man about Peter Parker, but Spider-Man can't let on that it's great. It's just a cute story. You can pick up the trade paperback at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics.
Is the second one the Terry Moore one?
And the second one is by Terry Moore, and it's another great one, and it's really cool. So if you like the first one, then you can pick up the second season, what they call the second season, by Terry Moore. The first one is 30 issues. The second one, I think, 6. So it's called Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane, and you should really pick it up. The books are great, and it when I was going through with my little niece, I was like, oh man, I love these stories.
Mm-hmm.
And so she picked up the first 10 issues.
Nice.
And she's loving them. We were driving back to her house today, and she was flipping through them and reading them. She said, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh, when she was reading them in issues?
Yeah, she was reading them in issues.
Oh, wow.
So
that's so cool that Colorado Coins Cards has that many back issues that you could do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. I think I took the last.
You probably took the last ones, but
the
still,
last of 1, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
So they have sporadic.
But even the fact that they had them up until you got them is pretty impressive. It means that somebody else out there who's really looking for that, weird run of whatever.
And I will say that the last issue, I think maybe it was 30 or 20. I'm thinking maybe it was 20, and I could not find that issue to save my life. I had Time Warp. Actually, the guy who runs Time Warp, what's his name again?
Wayne,
who we met through Denver Comic-Con.
Awesome guy.
He's like, "Oh, I'll find it for you." I said, "Dude, you don't have to, dig for it." He said, "No, don't worry. I go to conventions all the time." And I forgot about it, but 6 months later, I got a phone call from Wayne and says, "Hey, I found your Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane number 20." And so I went and picked it up, and he charged me $2 for it. I was like, 6 months of your life hunting for this issue, and you gave it to me for $2 because they didn't order a lot of those issues.
Yeah.
So especially the last one of the run, maybe each comic store had 2 or 3 copies.
Right.
So it's a really hard one to find, which you think the value of it would be really high, but there's no demand for it. So,
right.
But hopefully I could create some, and you should really pick it up. It's so good. It's so good that I'm thinking about. There's these little novels that he wrote about him called Mary Jane that I'm really interested in reading, but if I can get them for free.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine going into Mile High Comics like, "Hey, you guys got that Mary Jane book? Thanks."
Can we hold your purse while you go for it?
Awesome. So this week we're going to have our DenverCon interviews. We're going to have to wrap these up kind of quick because we're going to have more. But we will do this one where he sat down with these 2 girls who are big Sonic the Hedgehog fans, and they're kind of funny. You weren't around. As I'm listening to these interviews, I swear I did 75% of them without you around.
That's not true. There was just
Brad.
a couple hours where I was gone.
Maybe 50%.
50%?
It might be 50.
Like
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, James wasn't on this one either? Crazy. But here's Lily. Hi. By the way, my name's Ryan. We're part of the Real Nerds podcast, and you are?
I'm Lily.
And you are?
Ayala.
Ayala? Oh, that's a great name. Lily, love your name too. So what are you doing at Denver Comic-Con today? Are you promoting Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog?
I guess you could say that in a sense. We really wanted to rock Sonic today.
Yeah?
We love him.
Do you really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite Sonic game?
Oh man, Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah?
Hands down. But I actually just got Sonic 4 Episode 2, which just came out on the Xbox. Or actually, no, the Wii. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's really both, I think, actually.
Awesome. And Lily?
I like Star Wars.
You like Star Wars?
Pants, yeah.
Awesome. So who's your favorite? Is Han Solo your favorite?
Yes.
You know what? He's my favorite too. I wrote a blog a few months ago about favorite heroes in movies. Number 1 was Han Solo. So what do you love about Han Solo? Is it because he's Harrison Ford and attractive? Or?
Yes, very much. And he's just like an awesome.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing that Han Solo does?
I like how he falls in love.
I just put you totally on the spot, didn't I?
Oh, no.
You see, my favorite part is when he's about to be put in carbonite, and Princess Leia says, I love you, and he says, I know.
I know.
Right.
That's the greatest Han moment
I really
ever.
want someone to say that to me.
Yeah?
I want someone to say I love you so I can say I know.
You know what? I'm sure you'll find it eventually. I mean, how old are you?
18.
See, yeah, you have a long way to go.
Yeah.
And then you can just throw that in somebody's face, and if the guy or woman gets really excited about it, you can say, you're meant for me.
Yes.
You are meant for me. That's awesome. See, I love Sonic and Knuckles, too. But see, I'm old enough that I got it when it came out.
Yeah.
You're definitely not old enough to get it.
I actually did.
No.
Yeah.
How old were you when Sonic and Knuckles came out?
5.
5?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And, back then it was really cool that you could lock Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 on it and play as Knuckles.
I know. It was so amazing getting to play as Knuckles. I mean, honestly, playing as Sonic is the best. Mm-hmm. But playing as Knuckles was
How come
really
no one says playing as Tails is awesome?
I like
You like Tails. Lily, you look like a Tails guy.
Have you guys seen
playing
that?
as Tails is alright, except his controls are a little, iffy, and then he can't. I don't know. His attacks are a little different.
Yeah, I agree.
He can use his tail to attack, so it can make it a little easier. Like when you're fighting a boss, you can just fly upwards and his tail attacks immediately. But I mean,
agree.
Nothing beats Sonic.
Say something.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't matter.
Yeah. have you girls seen that Dorkly video where Tails keeps coming back to life? So
Yes.
Sonic abuses him.
Yes, I actually have.
Yeah.
I actually have.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Wow, great commentary, Brad. Get back to just listening to the show. Just kidding. No, the Dorkly is a cool website where they have like these goofy video game bits, and Sonic for Hire is amazing, and he's always goofy. Yeah. So that's
funny.
But that's really cool. So what else are you girls excited for? Do you read comic books, or are you just Star Wars and Sonic?
Comic books.
Yeah, who's your
Love
favorite
movies.
comic character?
Spider-Man.
Thank you. It should be Spider-Man.
Me, Kay Corono from Gantz.
Wow, you're busting it out.
What's
so-
Gantz?
I'm like,
Yeah. So what's
Marvel.
Gantz?
It's actually a Japanese manga. It's about a guy named. Well, there's this room that some people end up when they die, and when they do they're forced to do these missions, like kill different aliens around Tokyo. But they can only stay inside a certain radius, or else their heads explode when they leave. So
Sounds manga.
They just go through all of these different trials. It's really dramatic. There's lots of, the story is so deep, and there's lots there. I mean, it's been going on for a while. It's really long, still going. You guys should check it out.
Awesome. So what's your favorite Spider-Man story? Do you have one?
I don't have one.
You don't?
No.
Yours should be the death of Gwen Stacy. That's my favorite. That's old school.
So you're telling me which one I should have?
You should. You should. They're really expensive if you get, the original ones.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get Marvel Tales, which is reprints of them, for like $1. So Death of Gwen Stacy and then Death of Green Goblin. It'll change your life.
Got it.
Go Spidey, go.
Go
He's
Spidey.
my hero. So you said movies. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yes.
You're talking to a film student here.
Oh, wow.
So
He went to school for film.
nice.
video.
I don't
Video.
have a favorite movie.
You don't?
No, but I have a genre like
What's your
sci-fi,
sci-fi?
mythology, fiction. Yeah, I like all that.
See, I do a podcast about movies. I love Army of Darkness is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
It's not, it's amazing. Do you have a favorite movie?
A favorite movie, like, actually I do. It's Akira.
Oh, yeah.
Katsuhiro Otomo's Akira.
How do you feel about the remake, the live action that they're trying to do?
I'm kind of divided. I know Leonardo DiCaprio has like something to do with that, and so that kind of turns me up a little bit because.
But it's Leo.
I mean,
I love Leo.
I guess I'd be interested to see
come
it.
on.
As long as
No,
they
not
stay true to
Titanic.
the
Let's
story.
say like Catch Me If You Can or something.
Who's do you know who's directing that or in line to direct that right now?
I'm actually not sure, but I know that Leonardo DiCaprio is co-directing it.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know who is like the main person. Who's
See, the last
doing
thing I heard, it was Keanu Reeves and.
Keanu
Whoa.
Reeves?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, everybody does that.
Whoa.
I'm glad that's probably off the table, but
Yeah. He's probably too old now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Say he's like 50.
I would like them to just get Japanese people to actually
Yeah,
be in the movie.
that'd be nice, right?
Yeah, in an anime movie, yeah.
Well, awesome. Is there anything you girls want to say? Do you want to promote anything while you're on our podcast?
Yes, actually.
Okay, what would you like to promote? Stage is yours.
I will promote my art site, xcocohoneyx.deviantart.com. I have some comics up there, so you guys should check it out. Check out my artwork.
Nice.
I have some stuff that I'm going to be releasing really soon. Maybe have a panel at a convention. So yeah, please check me out.
Awesome.
And check me out on YouTube, L.A. Souder, LASOWDER.
So, yeah, Real Nerds listener, check these girls out. Thank you for stopping by and being on our podcast. Keep up the good work. Go Sonic,
podcast.
right? Yeah,
Woo! Awesome.
Fun interview. James, when you listen to this week's podcast, you'll experience it for the first time.
Yeah, I'll listen to it like 4 weeks from now.
It is really funny because I always pick on Brad for not saying anything in podcasts, and he says something on this interview. I said, Brad, that's a stupid question. Next. So when he finally gets up the courage, I just crush it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brad. I don't mean to do that to you.
I know you do.
So this week, we saw Dredd.
Dredd.
Brad, should people go see Dredd?
It's a hard recommendation because there's some really good stuff in it, and there's also some really horrible stuff in it. So it wouldn't be the worst choice of the week, I would say.
James?
If you watched the trailer for this and you went, that looks cool, yeah, you should absolutely go see this movie.
I agree with Brad. There's parts of it that were really badass, and then other parts you do this, meh.
Yeah.
Can we have, bullets going through cheeks again? Yeah. So here's the trailer for Dredd.
800 million people living in the ruin of the old world. Only one thing fighting for order in the chaos. Judges.
This drug's like nothing I've ever seen.
If we play this right, we can take the whole city.
Mama's controlling all the slow-mo production and distribution.
Rookie, you ready?
Yeah.
You look ready.
Fire!
Mama's not the law. I'm the law.
I'm going in before they
How do you plead? Defense noted. Dredd 3D. Perps were uncooperative. Rated R in theaters September 21st.
The hard thing with this movie is the Sylvester Stallone one, which I still don't think is that terrible.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not
I like
great.
how cheesy it is.
I've never seen it.
Really? It's
Yeah.
It's not great, but I mean it's not as bad as people, say it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's such a product of that era where they're just
Mhm.
like, hey, here's a franchise that's popular, and we're going to put all these stars in it and
Yeah.
mold it to the, he's got to have a funny sidekick and, a famous face as the hero. And
yeah,
does it make more of a character out of Dredd? Like,
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
Dredd?
yeah.
Because in this one, of course, Dredd is not a character
Well,
at
'cause
all. Dredd is a chin. Like
Yeah.
they never even take that stupid helmet off of him.
That's part of the
comic,
in the
yeah.
original comic he never took it off.
Exactly.
So,
And
yeah,
I kind of like that about this one.
Yeah, it was different. I mean, you're dealing with two totally different movies. You get kind of the candy-coated early 90s, mid-90s look to
Right.
the first one.
Yeah.
And this one is definitely 2000s, gritty
Right.
movie. But, I mean, back to this one. I mean, the basic story is Judge Dredd is the cops are given extreme power in the future,
Right.
where they can decide your fate immediately. And
judge,
you have
jury, and executioner.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is a cool idea. It's because it's post-apocalyptic,
It's basically
which
martial law
is
all
getting
the time.
sort of played out. But this whole town is just going to shit, and there are too few cops, so they don't have time for a judicial system. It's just like, you are clearly a bad person, because if a cop comes after you, it's because you were doing bad shit. So why don't we just let the cops shoot you in the face? Like,
Mhm.
that's the whole idea. Which that in itself is neat.
Yeah.
And then he gets locked in a tower and has
Yeah.
to shoot bad guys.
And you mentioned before that maybe we should have seen it in 3D. I think we maybe should have. Because
I do
there's
too.
Some
Unlike a lot of 3D movies where it feels like there's just a regular movie that they separated, the background and foreground
Mhm.
from.
Right.
This one feels like they made a conscious effort to create shots that were very 3D centric.
Yeah, that's why, because we didn't all see it together. I saw it a day earlier, and I did kind of want to say, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Where I feel like there was some cool stuff there that I probably missed.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of glazed over it in the intro, but there's a part where a bullet goes through one guy's side of his mouth, and comes out the other,
Yeah.
and you see like his teeth shoot out and like flesh go. It's pretty
Well,
badass.
And the excuse for that, if it were just a movie where like they did slow-mo action scenes, you'd be like, oh, I've seen this before. But there's something kind of neat that it is written into the plot, because basically there's this new drug on the street that when you take it, it makes your brain feel like time is moving really, really slow, which actually kind of sounds like a cool drug. I'm not going to start doing drugs. I'm just saying it sounds like a cool drug.
Slow-mo.
And they come out with really neat ideas. Like they play with that in cool ways.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy who does it right before Dredd kicks in a door, and that's when the cheek gets shot out. Or they use it. They're gonna kill some guys and throw them over this thing so they fall really far and die, and they give them slow mo, right, so they experience their death for a long, like really cool things like that. Where you're like, oh yeah, that's bad. These people are really fucked. And then
me and Brad were talking if it was a trauma film, those skinned bodies would hit that baby and kill it.
Oh, absolutely they would. Yeah. But I was kind of afraid it was, because they had already set up, like, you're going to see some fucked up shit in this movie. And I was totally afraid that, like, more her. I was sort of afraid that the mother was going to get hit by a body. And I'd just be like, oh. Because in that first action scene where he's chasing the truck, there's a guy who just walks in front of the car.
And get laughed.
Gets fucking leveled.
I was like,
and then Dredd just drives by and is like, well, these guys have killed somebody now. I guess I can kill them.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's so cool about the idea, is that, like, he has to wait until he watches them do something awful, which means he has to let something awful happen, and then he can kill them.
Well, they also had that kind of throwaway line where, the dude ran into the plaza and he killed a bunch of people, and as Judge Dredd was leaving, the intercom said, the atrium will be open in 30 minutes. Clean up after the cleanup's done with all these dead bodies. And
and there isn't anybody that I guess the cops come and pick up the bodies, but they don't really clean anything up. The guy just sort of drives his little floor cleaner over it and is like, well, okay, I got to start cleaning up this blood. This happens every day.
Yeah, exactly. It's whatever,
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, there's really cool ideas in the movie. I don't think it's a terrible movie, but it's,
I think
the scene where the fake judges show up, and then Judge Dredd gets shot and he's waiting there, and he's like, he says wait, like that whole drawn out
that
like
monologue is bad.
That was ridiculous. And then not only is like the waiting terrible, but for that payoff, but then for him to recap why he said that is like, yeah, we got that when she shot the guy. So
the girl's cute.
Yeah. Though her headdress is fucked up too. Like, his helmet never looks good and always kind of annoys me. Whatever wig they put on her also looks like shit. But her character, like, I don't know. Maybe it's not a wig. Maybe they just bleached the
I
shit
never
out of
got
her
that
head.
at all. Actually, his helmet didn't bother me at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it bugged me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
As far as I can remember it. It's pretty...
I like his chin work, to me, was more impressive and cool than the helmet ever was.
He was bones.
Like, he did a lot of intentional frowning to look like he was drawn as a that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I think that's the comic book style is like he's always frowning like that.
They've already talked about a sequel, and I want to talk about the fact that I am really interested in the fact that he is this guy who we know nothing about, and we get little hints at, like, well, he's, got some darkness somewhere, but we don't even know his full name. We know nothing about his motivations, but he has a telepathic partner, and I like that duo. I think that if they did a sequel,
they won't. There's like 5 people in our movie theater.
Well, people like based on the
it might do well on DVD, maybe.
Well, based
based
on the critic approval before this, because the other reviews have been really, really good. They were already talking about it. So if it does well enough, it's already in the shoot. But I just, her character, as sort of campy as the first scene where they introduce her reading minds. I liked her character, and the scene where she goes into that guy's head and fucks with him, and she fucks with her, like that. I liked that scene.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah.
But because they don't really pull any punches there. Like, he's a bad guy, and he seriously tries to fuck with her, but then she gets the better of him, and in a neat way.
Well, logically, it should have happened sooner when they picked him up. Like, oh, we're gonna take you back to the station. Well, if she knew she could do that, she should have done it right there and saved him some time.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but they had to wait till like 20 minutes later to consider that option.
Well, it's because they have to get locked inside. Well, and you could say she's she's trying to not make waves because she's the rookie who's trying to pass her test.
I mean, there's a lot of that though. When she got into the apartment, she noticed that the one guy she shot was that girl's husband.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked her little arc where
it was fine, but it seems really forced.
Especially because at the end we don't know whether or not she's going to be a judge again.
Really? You didn't think he was going to approve her?
Well, no, we know he approved her, but we don't know if she wants to be one. Like, she's had a bad day,
and she did because she picked up her helmet and she was like at headquarters, like walking. I couldn't tell based on the silhouette, but it was either out or into like another motorcycle. Or didn't you see that last shot?
Yeah.
No, I don't. No. Isn't the last shot her walking, like, she gets pissed. She gets pissed and gives him her badge, and she says, like,
she walks in and like throws away those medical guys. There's another scene later, not a scene, but a shot during Dredd's monologue about the end of the movie, where there's like these sliding bay doors of like a hangar, and she's like walking down the lighted slit, and she's got her helmet.
Yeah, like she's ready for action.
I don't remember that. Oh, that's too bad. I liked it better
when she just quit.
Yeah, maybe I was staring at something else.
And I don't think she quit. I think she said, it's up to you if I'm a judge or not.
Yeah.
Because
she doesn't care.
Because she already disobeyed, rules, but so did Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And then when they killed that mama and her face hit the cement and it split open, that was pretty sweet.
That was a neat shot. Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. There were definitely times where I felt like it was taking them a while to get to the next, exciting actiony thing, but I also knew I was watching a, expensive and slightly low budget sort of an action.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Rated R action movie, and so I was able to, get through the sort of low, lulls in the momentum, just to get to that next kind of cool moment,
So yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, real_nerds. You can like us on Facebook with the thumbs up, guys. There's no dislike button. Sorry, can't take it back. You can also email us, realnerds@gmail.com. You can call us, You can call us, 720
6nerds5.
6nerds5. God, that one just slipped away from me. You can come see us at Mile High Horror Fest next weekend, October 6th. You can also see us at the Telluride Horror Fest the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Then we'll be at Mile High Con the weekend after that. You can see us a lot in person. We're really cool in person.
Yeah.
Next week, we're probably seeing the worst movie of the year. It's called Looper. I don't really want to see it that much.
I hate you so much. I'm going to eat your face.
It's going to be stupid. I mean, what has Joseph Gordon-Levitt done this year that's been impressive?
Aww.
Anyways,
that is both
we're
true
going to be
and
seeing
not true.
Looper.
Yeah.
So stay tuned
we
for
are.
that.
And midweek,
we will have an interview with Tom Sullivan.
Yeah.
The father of our number one fan, Alex Sullivan. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah.
It should be a long interview and informative and awesome.
And just fun.
And fun.
I'm looking forward to some stories.
Me too. So until next time, bye.
Bye.
Testing, Brad here.
Testing. Still testing.
Gonna yell into the mic. Scream into the mic.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
Isn't that a sexual term?
Scream into the mic?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a sexual term. Brad, did you know screaming into the mic is a sexual term?
I think it's like
I don't follow the gay community.
The mic is phallic.
Sure.